You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50%
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Castle Downs. We just dropped the puck on the second game of the round-robin playoff series for the Canadians. They're taking on Sherwood Park tonight. Sherwood Park takes the puck into their own zone. Put up the far side. Enriquez Gomez takes that in. Battle for it on the far side. Sherwood Park looking to bounce the body early in the game. Eagle keeps that in at the point. Sends that down low. Sahara moves that to the far side. Looking for Yamniak. Yamniak chips that back around. Enrique Gomez flips that to the near side. Eagle pinches in. Sends that down low. Perron gets a piece of it. Chips that out to the neutral zone. Sherwood Park's number 21 coming up in the near side. Bridges with it. Gets that into the Canadian zone. Centering pass. Rolls off the stick over to the near side. Eagle picks it up for the Canadians. We lost camera. There we go. Is it going to be that touchy tonight? All right, puck in the Sherwood Park zone. Put up the far side, centering pass over the near side, and a shot by Hoare. Save by Tabasco Simon. Put it around at center. West gets that in. Thought he was offside, so he backed off. Sherwood comes with it. Duff shot. That's blocked by Duff. Duff shot. Duff block. Puck comes back to the point. There's a shot. Off the glove of Black. Over to the near side. Frostad puts up the near side. They get that out to the neutral zone. Puck comes back. West with it. West trying to drive it up the near boards. Dumps that into the Sherwood Park zone. Goes deep. Sherwood Park breaking out. Here comes number 17. Chambers with it. Sends it over to the right side. That's checked away by Duffett. Duffett comes away with the puck. Turn around. Here's Chambers. Left side. Black with the blocker save. Puck comes all the way out to the blue line and out to the neutral zone. McLean couldn't handle it. Richard quickly jumps on it. Left back for Taylor. Sherwood Park's going to clear the zone, put it down on the ice. Nathan, welcome back to CAC Hockey. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, Sherwood Park sitting at the end of regular season, 13-18, 7th in the Metro Division. Led by Haven Chambers, number 17, and we'll see Chambers try to drag his team into the fight tonight here against your Canadians.
Puck took around at center, dumped into the right side of the Sherwood Park zone. Hawks picks it up, puts it behind the net for McLean. Centering pass, mishandled by Oliver. He resets in his own zone though, keeps possession of the puck. Sends it to the far side. Oliver off the far boards. Taking that into the Canadian zone. Knocked down at the line by Ulrich. Martin's going to pick that up again for Sherwood Park. Sent to the far side. Martin moves that up the ice. It's going to be picked up by number 3. Walks that into the zone. Battles it deep. That comes through the slot up high. And rushing it out is Schufelt. Schufelt taking the left side. Sherwood Park gets it back behind their own net. Tries to come to the near side. Burnett cuts that off. Flipped out to the neutral zone. Turcotte dumps that back into the Park zone. Bossy behind the net. Slips back down to Chome. He's bumped off the puck. Burnett with it, centering pass. That's going to be cleared away by number 3. He's going to rush that up the ice, coming into the near side. Eagle pushes him to the outside. And pounds him against the boards. Picked up by number 21, Bridges. Cycles behind the net. Canadians trying to move it out the far side. That's cut off by the Sherwood Park Senators in the zone. Thrown through the slot, goes to the far corner. Eagle with it, flips it off the boards. That's knocked down again by Sherwood Park. Eagle's second attempt, though, gets it out. Bossy, right side to Bridges, it skips through his wheelhouse. Not too sure what's going on here, folks. There's a quick shot. Black makes the save. Gotta check it. Canadians trying to come through center with it. That's going to be dumped down into the Sherwood Park zone. Icing cold here with 15-10 left in the first period. Pardon? We can rip that off if you think it'll help. I just put it up there. Yeah, pull that out and put that back in. That's the one, yeah. Yeah, now put it back in. Canadians coming up the right side into the Sherwood Park zone. Caught offside, delayed offside. Turn around at center again. Canadians dump that into Senator's zone. Think we got it? Think we got it? So the draw is going to be in the Canadian zone, far side of the ice. Oh, man. No, not really, no.
CAC United Sports Cycle. Time of the penalty, 14-26.
Canadians took a penalty on that. Let's go, Sid!
Some technical difficulties here with the video. We're just trying to get it fixed up. Sherwood Park with the puck in the Canadian zone. Quick shot on net by Sherwood Park, and that beats Black low on the glove side. And Sherwood Park on the power play scores to take a 1-0 lead. So an early power play by Sherwood Park, and they capitalize to go up 1-0 against their Canadians. Puck lobbed into the Canadian zone. Black out to stop it at the goal line for his defenseman. Up along the near boards. That's passed out by Wes off a skate and into the Sherwood Park zone. Picks it up. The far wall, that one. Koreans in on net. Tumbles to the back wall, back up to the point, fired through traffic. Black able to get a piece of that and kick it aside. Sherwood Park pressing here, and the Canadians will wind it up. Great shot by Richard on net, rebound right in front. Dollywall out here. Dollywall kicks it back to the point, shot from the point. Dollywall right through in front of the goalie, creating chaos, and Morris will bring the puck in just offside. So good shift, good pushback shift here by the Dollywall line. The Canadians look to even things up here with just over 5 minutes remaining in the first period. And we are back up with a video of Curtis working like a dog here to keep the machine running.
Oh yeah, it's just old equipment. It's been a long season.
And the puck will cross the goal line, and so Sherwood Park icing the puck now, and your Canadians will get an offensive face-off.
Hopefully the internet catches up here.
Schufeld Burnett being centered by Heck. Face-off won by Sherwood Park.
Puck comes into the Canadian zone. Comes up to center. Sherwood Park's going to dump that into the near side. Flip to the far board. Sherwood Park gets that back, throws that through the high slot, bounces off the near boards. Morris is going to pick that up. Comes up the right side into the Sherwood Park zone. Waits for a trailer. That is Heck. Heck back to Morris. Morris fires that on. Knocked out in front, and the rebound swept over the near side. Heck picks it up, trying to chase it back into the corner. Schufeld knocks his man down. Gonna come up high. Here comes Sherwood Park the other way. Oliver gets it into the Canadian zone. Checked away by Ulrich. Put up the ice by Turcotte. Looks for Schufeld. Chips that into the Sherwood Park zone. 4.5 to go in the first period. Sherwood Park breaking out of their own zone. Cross ice pass. Picked up by number 7, Perot. Perot gets that into the Canadian zone. Ulrich gets against the boards first. Moves it to the blue line. Held in on the far side by number 15, McLean. That's going to be put down. And an icing call here with 4:09 to go in the first period. You want to just adjust that camera? Draw won by the Canadians in their own zone. They put up the near side. Going to roll in the Sherwood Park zone. McLean picks that up. Put around the boards, looking for Treasure. He's cut off on the far side. Senators able to keep the puck in their possession though. Put up the near side by number 7. Perot going down the ice looking for Duff. Duff picks it up on the far side. Thrown in front, cleared away by Black. Duff it with the loose puck for the Canadians. Up to Zahara. That comes out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Enriquez Gomez. Didn't get it cleanly, but he's going to pick up the puck in the far corner of the Sherwood Park zone. Drop that back for Frostad. Frostad spins around. He's checked off the puck. Duffett keeps it in on the far side. Enriquez Gomez near side for Zahara. Zahara lost that in the feet of Perot. It's going to be dumped down the ice. Frostad picks it up. Goes up the right side to West. West has the puck taken away by Perot. Fight for it on the far side. Send it up to Perrin. He throws that into the Canadian zone. Morris back to play. Flip to the far side for Turcotte. Thorvaldson into the slot. Perrin couldn't handle it. Canadians get it back. West up high for Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson up the right side. Drops that back looking for West. Comes back to Thorvaldson. He's going to fire that right on to the goalie, Tabasco. Simon, we got to stop here.
Well, Tabasco Simon's given up a couple juicy rebounds here in the first period. That one he was able to hold on for a whistle. SSAC beating this Sherwood Park Senators team 4-2 in the opening round robin of playoffs, so they're looking for their first win here in the playoff round robin.
Frostad keeps that in at the point, sends to the far side. Sherwood Park gathers in the corner, tries to stretch that down the ice. That's cut off by Frostad. O'Parent's going to come inside. He's got a hook on Frostad, and Sherwood Park will line up in the box with 2:19 to go in the first period.
Well, Curtis, this Sherwood Park Senators team 1 for 7 on the power play against SSAC. They're 1 for 1 in this game, and they're going to get another. Oh, thought it was going to be a power play for Sherwood Park. It's a power play for your Canadians.
That's right. Frostad picks up the puck at the point. Canadians on the power play. Through the slot. Hoare gets it over to Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson down low for Dollywall. Dollywall uses the boards, gets it over to Hoare. Hoare hangs onto it. Switches with Frostad, keeps the puck up high, walks it down the slot. Couldn't get through one more stick. Chipped off. Frostad picks up the loose puck. Down low for Thorvaldson. In front. Sherwood Park chips it down the ice.
Well, the Canadians 1 for 4 in their last game on the power play. 25%.
Thorvaldson moves that up to Frostad, who moves it to Hoare. Hoare cuts over across center. Takes that up the left side, drops that back to Thorvaldson, moves that over to Zahara. Zahara down low. Hoare with it, drops that off for Dollywall in the corner. Dollywall moves that to Hoare on the half boards. He lets it skip back to Frostad at the point. Frostad, left side for Thorvaldson, walking that down. Looking for the outlet, he's gonna hang on to it. Goes to the right side to Hoare. Hoare's hanging on to it, it's chipped away from him by number 21, Bridges, and that will be sent down the ice. 45 seconds to go in the Canadiens' power play. Zahara sets it up behind his own net. Pardon me, that's West setting up behind his own net. Gets it over to Richard. Richard takes that up the left side and into the Sherwood Park zone. Park's number 7 pro takes that. Couldn't get out of the zone. Stopped at the point by Eagle. Far side West with a rip. That hit traffic. Goes wide over to the far side. Down low, Richard with it. Moves that into the slot. That is chipped away by the Kings. Senator Kings. And that should pretty much do it for the Canadiens' power play. One last chance for West to come in. Rips that. That hit traffic. Goes over to the near side. About 13 seconds left in the period. Chipped down. Enriquez Gomez tries to come in. It's caught on the offside. This time is going to stop here with 5 seconds to go in the period.
Well, Sherwood Park only 3 for 7 on the penalty kill. Only 57% in the last game on 7 power plays by SSAC. They're able to kill off the Canadiens' power play at the end of the first period. 5 seconds remain, Curtis, and then we will take a break.
Puck's drop. Park wins it. Dump that into the Canadian zone. Icing called here with 1.3 seconds left in the period. Maybe a chance for a quick shot from the drop.
Well, just like in lacrosse, Curtis, with possession, you're going to pull the goalie 1.3 seconds. Quick face-off, get a shot on net.
Canadiens' net is empty. On the near side, shot by Frostad, blocked. And Sherwood Park on the power play hangs on to a 1-goal lead to head into the dressing room.
Oh, I think Dollywall just took one at the end here by grabbing Tabasco Simon's jersey and giving him a tug, Curtis.
Oh. You want to play at the line, not go over it. Maybe Dollywall guilty of going over at the end of the period here, trying to get inside the head of the Sherwood Park goaltender.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Sherwood Park will be on the power play to start the second period. Just looking for an update in shots on goal here, Curtis. They haven't come up yet, but Canadians out to a strong start in the first period, but Sherwood Park started to control some of the play, able to get an opportunity and score on an early power play, and we're in a one-goal game, but there's lots of hockey left.
Definitely lots of hockey left. We'll take a break here, folks. Let our sponsors have a word. And I guess see if I can get that main camera to go back again. Here we go. Hello folks, welcome back to Castle Downs. We're in Arena A here in Edmonton, Alberta. This is the second game of a three-game round robin for both these teams in the AEHL playoffs, U16 AA division. Oh, we got some feedback here. What's going on? Stand by. Okay. It is most certainly Nathan's microphone. We'll go like that, and I think that'll work. So, Sherwood Park able to score on the power play in the first. They hold a 1-0 lead on the Canadians. Teams on their feet on the ice, refs ready to go. I don't see a net though. Oh, there, the net came all the way from the other side. Must pull the spare one out. The Canadians probably had the majority of the chances in that first period. However, it was Sherwood Park who was able to find the back of the net. Looks like we're ready to go. Thanks for joining us here, folks. And the puck's dropped. Alright, indeed, so Sherwood Park is on the power play to start this second period. They take the puck behind their own net, move it over to the near side. Chambers drops that off to Martin. Martin comes to the near side, dumps that into the right side. The Canadians bounces off the glass. The Canadians are able to clear that down. Basco Simon sets that up. Sherwood Park comes to the near side, now to the far side. Jammed into Canadian zone. Moving it down low is Bridges. Back to the point to Martin. Left side for number 8. Back to number 16, Rochelle. Back to Martin. Martin fires that. Black with the save. Another one. Kicked away by Black. A third one. That is wide. Comes over to the near boards. Cleared down the ice by Burnett. Simon sets that up for his team. 50 seconds to go in the Sherwood Park power play as they come into the Canadian zone. Back to the point for Coots. Left side for Bozzy. There's a shot at Hitchoff. Comes over to the near side. Coots keeps that in. Puts that down. Duff overskates it. And is put down the ice by Morris. Here come the Senators out. Offside called at the line. We got a whistle here with 18:15 to go in the first period. Second period. 16 seconds left in the Sherwood Park power play. Late change, center in, ejected for Sherwood Park, but they win the draw anyway. Put over to the near side, picked up behind the net by Morris. He's going to dump that down the ice. Simon picks it back up. Burrow handles the puck for Sherwood Park as time has expired on their power play. Moving it down the ice, Chambers. Nope, number 7. Burrow. Jam to the near side. Put behind the net to Eagle. Eagle puts that up the boards, and West was able to chip that out. Hoare with it on the near side. Here he comes up the left side into the Sherwood Park zone. That's cut off by McLean. Kept in by Morris. Hoare trying to battle it off the boards. Comes loose for West, jams that down low. Thorvaldsen got a stick on it, but Simon pokes that into the boards. Eagle keeps that in on the far side. Puck put down low for Thorvaldsen. Moves that back to West. West hangs on, gets it to Eagle. Eagle fires that into traffic. Oh, it's picked up on the far side, and the Canadians score with 17:05 to go in the second period, evening up that score.
Well, the line of Hoare, West, and Thorvaldsen able to get the puck into the zone. Work it around, and finally a shot from the far half wall gets to the net, and a rebound goes right to Jacob Hoare. Johnny on the spot. Short side on the glove of Tabasco Simon, and your Canadians have tied it up.
Face off one by Sherwood Park. That bring that in the right side into the Canadian zone. Puts down behind net. Oh, comes out. Here goes to the right side to Zahara. Zahara digging that down low. There's a shot. Glove saved by Simon. Put it back to the point for Ulrich. Ulrich's going to fire that through traffic. It hit a body and just goes wide to the far side. Treasure trying to move it off the boards. Comes back to the line. Turcotte knocks that down for the Canadians. Put down low. Zahara trying to spit out of the corner with it. He's put back there. Enriquez Gomez ends up with the puck. Put out in front. Yamia couldn't turn and fired. Woo, fired hard wide by Enriquez Gomez behind the net. Here's Zahara. Puts that in the slot. Chance for Enriquez Gomez. Gloves. Blocker save by Simon. Put down low. Yamniak with it. Comes off his skate. Still battling for it on the far boards. Canadians, lots of zone time right now in the Sherwood Park side. Enriquez Gomez picks that up, bounces off the boards. Oh, now it comes loose for Sherwood Park's Chome. He's going to put the puck out to the neutral zone where Ulrich knocks it down. Ulrich fires that. That hit Chome. Chome trying to stretch it down the ice. Chipped into the near side of the Canadian zone. Ulrich, first one back there. Edging Shapiro off the puck. Thrown out to the outside. Martin comes in. Throws that into the slot. Cleared away by Richard. Richard stretch pass. Chipped in by Dollywall. After he spent some time on the bench, he's going to head right back into it.
Stick into the skates of the Sherwood Park defenseman.
And Duffett knocks it down in the neutral zone.
And that's unfortunate, Curtis, as the ice tilted as soon as the Canadians were able to get the penalty kill done, kill off that penalty, and even after that goal by Hoare, Canadians pressing for another goal, a whole shift or shift and a half in the Senators zone. But unfortunately, the Senators will be on the power play.
Yeah, I think Dollywall got benched a little bit after his penalty there. And his very next shift out, takes the tripping call and ends up back in the box.
Oh, and that one's not undisciplined by any means, Curtis. You're in on the forecheck, and that's exactly what he is. He's right in there like Brad Marchand on the forecheck, right on you. And sometimes that happens.
Canadians win the draw, can't get it out of the zone though. Haynes keeps that in. And then Perrin ran out of real estate. He comes into the neutral zone to reset. Back in their own zone. Kings put that up the near side. Bounces off the boards. Should be icing. And there's the whistle with 14:48 to go in the second period.
I saw during the national anthem, Curtis, the Sherwood Park Senators going with the circa late 90s dyed hair color. Playoff bleach, except for one player. One player missed the memo. Still has dark hair.
Wonder if he's number 20, the the AP playing in the game.
Oh, that's exactly who it'll be, Curtis. Good investigative skills.
Ulrich moves that to the far side. Boston keeps that. Oh, winning the board battle as West gets the puck out to center. Chambers with it for Park. They move up the right side. Chambers gets it in. Stopped at the blue line. Kept in the zone. Here's a chance. Slow shot. Black with the blocker save. Put out to the point. Spin around at the line with Bossy. Throws that around the boards. Down low, Turcotte wins the battle, can't get it past Martin. Martin keeps that in at the line. There's a shot, that's wide, and Mark goes the far side, and Black comes over and ends up taking 1-2 the mask there.
Black came right across. That puck careened off the end boards and looked like a yawning cage for the Senators. Forward, down low. And Black came across and stopped it. But then he...
Bit it.
And the Senators forward that was heading to the front of the net made contact with Black, sending him back into the net. Well, no penalty comes from that, Curtis. I'm a little surprised by that.
14:03 to go in the second period, 49 seconds to go in the Sherwood Park power play. They hold the puck in the Canadian zone. That shot wide. It's going to come up to the near side. Martin holds that in at the point. Sends that down low for Chambers. Centering pass. That's broken up by the Canadians. Zahara is going to choose to rush it out. Heading up the ice with Yemniak. Zahara flips that over to the open side. It's going to come out to the neutral zone where Morris gets it this time. That's hard into the Sherwood Park zone. They collect it behind their net. 20 seconds to go in their power play. Put up the near side. Morris stops that at center. Wins that battle. Dumps it back in. Bossy with it. Sent to the far boards. Jammed in by Duff. Comes back out to the neutral zone. Duff picks it back up. Leaves that for Chambers. Back to Duff. That was read by Eagle. That's put out to... Oh, that was close to too many men. Canadians fans wanted it. Sherwood Park puts the puck back into the Canadian zone. Corey picks that up at center. Picks that on the outside. Put it into the far corner. Martin picks that up for Sherwood Park as the puck's moved over to the near side. Coots recycles behind the net. Spins back to the near side. Past Martin. Morris is going to keep that in for the Canadians. Well, that's knocked down at the line. Bounces out to center. Eagle picks up the loose puck. Eagle near side. That's cut off by Coots. Coots coming in the near side. And Thorvaldson right on the spot. McLean with it. That's fired high. Black's going to knock that down. Eagle picks up the puck. Stretch pass, looking for Thorvaldson. That's cut off by Sherwood Park. Here they come back the other way. Taking it on the wide side. Number 21, there's the shot. Black makes the save. Rebound comes over to the near boards. Canadians get it out. West throws that up the near side. McLean cuts that off. Coots comes back for the puck. Coots whiffs on the pass. Heck puts that out to center. Duffett jumps on it and comes in. Duffett to the far side. Hanging on. Throws that in the slot. That skips through everybody. Burnett's going to pick that up the near side. Back to the point for Frostad. Fired on. Right in front. And Simon is going to pick up this one. Jump on the rebound quickly with 11:35 to go in the second period.
A great job by the defenseman, Braden Duffett, to jump on a loose puck outside the Canadians' blue line, rush it up on a line change and gain the zone, and then fed it right across into the slot for a scoring opportunity.
Face off one by the Canadians. Duffett keeps that in on the near side. It's put against the boards. Able to keep it away from Sherwood Park only for a second. Put behind the net by Chomey. They come out to the far side with it where Heck picks up the puck. Thrown back into the Sherwood Park zone. Handled by number 8 Bossy. Thrown to the near side. Pass by La Rochelle up to Duff. Finally gets that on the far side. Duff takes a shot that hit I think Heck in front. Duff tries again. Off the heel of the stick. Schufel picks up the loose puck. Over to Burnett. Burnett trying to divide the defense. Frostad picks it up. Now it's swept to the far side. 2-on-1 developing. Canadians going to get back and help break up that play. La Rochelle put down low. Burnett knocks it down. Loose puck picked up by Frostad. Frostad puts that just wide of the goal. It'll be an icing call here, but the Canadians will get their change in.
Oh, great job by Max Frostad to jump up in the rush, and as soon as that play didn't materialize in the offensive zone, he was right back to break up the 3-on-1 and strip his man of the puck. So if you're going to get up in the rush, you got to get back, and he did.
Good hustle to get back into possession.
Yeah.
Puck on the far side in the Canadian zone. It's pinned against the boards. Comes loose. Stays in the zone, but Turcotte picks it up. Enriquez Gomez, nice pass to Zahara. Zahara with it. Couldn't get it back to Enriquez Gomez. And Shapiro moves that to the near side. Stolen back by Enriquez Gomez. And Park gets it out to the neutral zone. Moved up the ice by Oliver. Comes back to Chambers. And offside called here with 10:02 to go in the second period.
Well, just like last game, Curtis, this Canadians team can force turnovers on teams as they're trying to break out of the zone, and there, that line forced 2 different turnovers coming out of the zone, and that's all they're looking for is to try to break that up and create something off a turnover.
Keep creating those chances. Here's one. Thorvaldsen coming down the left side. In front for West. West puts that right into the center mass of Simon, who makes the stop with 9:50 to go in the second period.
And there's another one. The Senators try to gain the zone. That play's broken up by a good play by the defenseman. Chipped right up to Thorvaldsen. He drives on and into the zone, and a centering pass for a great scoring opportunity here with just under 10 minutes remaining in the second period.
Canadians win the draw. Eagle moves it down to Thorvaldsen. Hoare in front looking for West. West fires that. That's off the shoulder of Simon. Goes to the far boards. Eagle holds the zone again on the far side. Down low for Hoare. Skips past him. Number 9 gets a piece of the puck. Hawks, but it can't get it out. Thorvaldsen at the line. Fires that into the open corner. Sherwood Park's going to get that. Thorvaldsen down low for West. Over to Hoare. Hoare checked off the puck. Puck comes out. It's going to roll into the Canadian zone. Eagle back to play it. Off the boards, looking for Thorvaldsen. McLean knocks it down. Hops over to West. West takes the right side. Looking for a trailer. Hoare picks it up on the boards. Moves that down low, looking for West. Intercepted by Sherwood Park. Can't get it out of the zone though. Put over the near side. Morris has it fall off his stick. He had some space. Fires it into traffic. McLean picks it up. Comes up the boards to Perrin. Perrin has the trailer. Chambers. Low shot has passed Black and in. Bridges with the sharp shot. Gets past the Canadians goaltender, and Sherwood Park has regained their lead with 8:41 left in the second period.
So Perrin waits at the offensive blue line, drops it to Bridges, who's in stride. He goes back across the grain, off the post and in. A well-placed shot. And after a great shift again by Thorvaldsen, West and Hoare, Sherwood Park comes back down and regains the lead.
Puck chopped into the center zone. Taylor throws that in front, up high, and that's going to be caught by Simon, who hangs on with 8:28 to go in the second period. The draw will be near side in the Sherwood Park zone.
Well, I like how you throw the Broussard line out here with Taylor and Dollawall. Get back on the forecheck.
Puck put down low, comes in the slot, put over to the near boards by Sherwood Park. Duffett Up the boards, hands up on the stick of Dollywall, comes up high now for Duffett. Right side, Frostad walks that in, low shot, tipped in, Simon with the save. Another one makes another save, comes out loose. And Simon's gonna reach out and hang on with 8:05 to go in the second period.
Oh, that's exactly the shift you need after a goal, Curtis. That was a great shift by that line. Tabasco Simon having to fight a few of those shots off and sprawl out to find the rebound. Try to push here with 8 minutes remaining and get this game tied back up.
Puck's dropped. Canadians win another draw. Sherwood Park, though, picks it up on the far boards. They stretch it down the ice. Duffett with it. Far side for Frostad. Frostad. Enriquez Gomez receives the puck at center. Comes in the right side. Drop pass for Yamniak. Yamniak couldn't get it back to Enriquez Gomez. That was cut off by Rochelle. Canadians pick it back up at center and dump that back into the Sherwood Park zone. Behind the net, Martin. Tracked down by Yamniak. Yamniak with it. Put back to the point to Frostad. Frostad has fired through traffic, bounces off the forward, and chipped down low. I think that was Duff. Comes back to the point, there's a shot by number 3, blocked in the slide, comes to the near side, another shot, that is off the mark. Duff had a good look at it, puts it off target. Frostad, that's that, come over to Duffett. Duffett tries to move that up, that's cut off by Martin. Martin, rushing in the right side, comes in. Right on to Black, and Black will swallow that up and hang on with 6:56 to go in the second period.
Oh, Oliver Martin for Sherwood Park Senators. He's been out on every power play and moved the puck really well. That time reads the outlet pass, picks it off, and Sherwood Park heads back in with numbers, but Martin elects to shoot, and Black smothers it for a rebound, and looks like we have maybe Peyton Duff, number 2, going off. Nope. It's going to be Perrott for Sherwood Park going off for the trainer for treatment.
Canadians bring the puck out. Cut off side as they try to enter the Sherwood Park zone. And we'll reset that center.
Yeah, I just saw Quade Perrott on that last play stoppage, head off with the trainer to the dressing room, so we'll see if he returns.
Canadians win the draw. West takes that in the far side, back to the point. Sturcott with a shot. That comes over to the near corner. Thrown up the ice, Turcotte finds that at center, gets that to Hoare. Hoare carrying that up the right side, steps in the slot, low shot off the mark. Chopped over to the far boards. Turcotte pinching in, moves that down low. Hoare picks it up, cycles to the far boards, out the corner, puts it down low, looking for West. West moves it up the boards to Turcotte. Turcotte moves that down low, comes over to Hoare. Hoare hangs on. Thorvaldson with it. Tried to move that in the slot to West. That was blocked by Sherwood Park. And the puck ends up hitting the roof netting, and we'll have a draw inside the Sherwood Park zone.
Oh, Hawks, the left defenseman on that shift. Starting to get spun into the concrete, Curtis, on that cycle by the Canadians. Just trying to find a guy in the high slot.
Canadians win the draw, shoveled into the slot. Oh, stopped at the line by Morris, fired into traffic, picked up by Burnett. Burnett fires it, and it's right into Tabasco Simon, who makes the stop with 5:56 to go in the second period.
Well, there, great job by Morris to keep the puck in at the blue line, and Sherwood Park forwards already exiting the zone, and the puck was right back in on the tender.
Puck in the far side in the Sherwood Park zone. Park's gonna get that. Chomay tries to move that at far side. Stopped by Heck. Reset behind the net to Bossy. Bossy up to Coots. Knocked down by Morris at the line. Schufelt trying to jam that in. Comes into the slot. Cleared away to the far side. Heck got a piece of it. Keeps that in the zone. Puts that up high for Morris. Morris with it. That's fired high. Blocker save by Tabasco Simon. We're going to stop here with 5:26 to go in the second period.
Great job by Finn Heck. Track down, puck retrieval on the far half wall, and he finds Morris. back through the seam at the point, and Morris fires it through traffic, but Tabasco Simon smartly steers that up into the netting with the blocker.
Canadians pick up the puck in the corner. Park battling for it. Dollywall in front, looking for Taylor. Dollywall picks it back up. Back to the point for Frostad. Frostad hangs on. Moves that down low for Dollywall. Dollywall battles for it. Gets possession of the puck back. Moves to the outside for Taylor. Taylor's pass intercepted. Comes back to the line to Frostad. Frostad back down to Taylor. Taylor steps into the slot. Low shot. And Tabasco Simon making another great stop there. In close was Dollywall sitting on the doorstep.
I was going to say, guess who's right on the doorstep? Dollywall.
Oh yeah, he wants to make up for those penalties. He's going to battle it all game now.
Also on the replay, you notice he could have fallen right on Tabasco Simon and made sure he did not fall on the goaltender. Because I think after that interaction at the end of the first period, I'm sure the official would be reading that play differently if he did.
Draw one by the Canadians. They try and move it in the slot. Sherwood Park intercepts that, and they're into the Canadian zone. There's a shot by Oliver, blocked by Duffett. Frostad with the loose puck. Moves that up the near side, knocked down at the line by McLean, and shoveled back into the far corner of the Canadian zone. Duffett with it. Puts it behind the net to Frostad. Frostad up the far boards. Icing waved off. Hawks picks it up for the Senators. Over to McLean. Moves that back to Hawks. Hawks to Shiro. That's knocked down by Enriquez Gomez. Held in the zone. Shot by Enriquez Gomez. Saved by Simon. Sahara to Enriquez Gomez. Pops out in front. Yemnia couldn't get it. Then the puck bounces back to Frostad at the play. Shot by Duffett off the irons. Goes to the far side. Frostad pinches down low. Gets it to Zahara in the corner. Zahara trying to spin out. Sherwood Park gets it back behind their own zone. Trying to move it to the near side. Loading up with speed. Number 21, Bridges. Bridges comes in. Oh, Oliver, sorry. Had the numbers, digits backwards. Oliver put into the boards. Canadians move it up the ice. Enriquez Gomez lost control just at the blue line. Picked up by Chome. Sent to the far side. Held in by West. Sahara moves that down low. Looking for Enriquez Gomez. Put to the far side. Thorvaldson keeps that in the zone. Moves it down low for Enriquez Gomez. Lets that skip over to West. West. Couldn't get past the double team. Sherwood Park's gonna put that down the ice. And icing called here with 2:58 to go in the second period.
Well, numerous shifts in a row by your Canadians with pressure, and finally fired down the ice by the Senators to relieve the pressure. You can only think it's a matter of time, Curtis, with this pressure. The Canadians tie things up.
They've been doing well. Just haven't get it past Simon yet.
That's offside.
Or at least in this period, or later in the period here.
On the first goal, coming off a rebound. Shot to the net and a rebound. And again, the last 10 minutes of this period, the Canadians have been getting the puck to the net through traffic, just trying to get a handle on those rebounds from Tabasco Simon. That puck screams in on a Black.
Yeah, Ulrich tries blocking it and actually comes off his skate and right into Black. Save made by the Canadians goaltender. Canadians put it down the ice. But to the far side, Hoare picks that up in the Sherwood Park zone. Moves that back to the point. There's a shot by Turcotte, hit traffic. Picked up by Bossy. That's knocked down by West. West down low for Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson looking in front for Hoare. That was blocked. West picks it up, sends to the far side for Hoare. That was blocked by Sherwood Park. Fired into traffic by Turcotte. Comes over the near side. Ulrich with it. Moves that down low for Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson. Far side for Hoare. Back to the point for Turcotte. Turcotte. His shot blocked. Sherwood Park's going to bring it out. Chome tried to stretch that to Perrin. That was cut off by Thorvaldson. Turned over by the Canadians at center again. And Bossy takes a hit. Loose puck comes to the Canadians. Sherwood Park gets it back again on the far side. Bridges brings that in. Hoare stretches that down the ice, left side for Dollywall.
2-on-1.
In front for Thorvaldson, and it was just checked away by Chome, who was coming back on the back check. Chome moves that to the nearest side. Bossy up to Coots. Coots to LaRochelle. LaRochelle caught by Dollywall. Loose puck over to Richard. Goes to the far side. Coming in is Yamniak. Drop pass to Dollywall. To Yamniak. Low shot. Simon with the save. And Tabasco Simon is going to cover up the rebound with 1:13 to go in the second period.
Canadians starting to throw the proverbial sink at Tabasco Simon here. Some great chances and great odd man rushes. Canadians pushing to tie things up here before the end of the second.
Coming close, but Sherwood Park goaltender is having a great game right now. Morris keeps that in. That's off the glass. Picked up by number 3, and that will end up out of play.
Well, at this point, if you're the Senators, you're just trying to clear it up into the neutral zone, force the Canadians to tag up, because right now they just keep coming in waves.
Sherwood Park wins the draw in their own zone. Number 3 moves it to the outside, looking for Martin. That's cut off on the near side by the Canadians. Sherwood Park second effort gets it out, but it's going to end up being an icing call with 50 seconds to go in the second period.
Shots on goal in the first period, Curtis. 9-8 in favor of your Canadians. We'll see what they are after the second period here.
A lot of pressure seems to be coming from the Canadians right now as they win another draw in the offensive zone. Dollywall tries to shovel that in front. That is going to be cleared out to center. Frostad with it. Dumps that back in. Sherwood Park with the lost control. Richard couldn't get past number 3. Cut at center by Frostad. Put over the near side. Sherwood Park's going to dump that back into the Canadian zone. Frostad with it. Over to Enriquez Gomez.
Great pass.
He's coming into the zone. Caught behind by number 18 Treasure. Dollywall shows that over to Richard. Nice pass back to Dollywall. Nice move. Dollywall! Oh, yes, on the pad of Simon. Cleared away. What a chance by the Canadians. Simon with another great save there. See if we can get a piece of it. No, it's too slow on there.
Well, Enriquez Gomez then just buried the Senators defenseman as he drove the net. And Tabasco Simon slow to get up, favoring his right leg a little bit here.
Didn't get a good look at it here. So the draw will be on the near side in the Sherwood Park zone with 6.6 seconds left in the period. It's dropped, comes out in front. Chance for Hoare, and that will cream out of play. Just hit a stick in front as Simon was laid out on the ice.
Oh, there, just face-off win forward, and Hoare just tried to elevate it over Tabasco Simon.
Off the draw, the Canadians trying to shovel it towards the net. That's blocked, and the buzzer's going to go. And Sherwood Park will head back to their dressing room with a 1-goal lead.
Well, if your Canadians keep up this pressure in the third period, Curtis, I can't see how the roof won't be caving in at some point. Tabasco Simon had to stand tall there in the second half of the second period to keep his team up by 1.
For sure, had to make some outstanding saves. You can't be relying on your goaltender to be doing that through the whole game. You're going to just tire him out.
Oh, and we saw numerous lines for the Canadians, just one after the other, coming over the boards and getting zone time and scoring opportunities. Maybe the ice becomes a factor in the second half of that period with a little bit of snow build up, but fresh sheet of ice here to start the third, and if the Canadians come out like that, it'll be a great third period.
That's right, they're getting their chances. Duff it, hit the crossbar. Hoare at the very end here, fired it, and it just hit traffic, went out of play. Yeah, there's been a lot of good chances for the Canadians here. But Sherwood Park making the best of their chances on that 2-on-1 when they came back the other way. Just a small gap in the defensive game of the Canadians, and Sherwood Park capitalized.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens here in the third period. I'll grab the shots on goal for the second period when we come back after the break.
Absolutely. We'll let our sponsors have a word here, folks. We'll be back here for the third period after these messages.
Where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Baby born a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries, the list goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. One, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. Stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
2 to the 3 to the 4. When it's last call and they kick us out the door. It's getting kinda late, but the ladies want some more. Oh my, good Lord. Tell them drink some. Cause I'ma pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Dale's got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. So I'ma pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Dale's got a history. At the bottom of a bottle, don't miss me. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Yeah, we'll be counting stars. Like a swinging vine, swing my heart across the line. In my face is flashing signs. Seek it out and ye shall find. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, but doing the wrong thing. And I feel something so wrong, but doing the right thing. I could lie, couldn't lie, couldn't lie. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Hey. I feel your love and I feel it burn down this river every turn. Hope is our four-letter word. Make that money, watch it burn. Old, but I'm not that old. Young, but I'm not that bold. And I don't think the world is sold. I'm just doing what we're told. And I feel something so wrong. We're doing the right thing. I could lie, couldn't lie, couldn't lie. Everything that drowns me makes me wanna fly. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Say no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Say no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Oh, take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Take that money, watch it burn, sink in the river, the lessons I learned. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. Hey, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. But baby, I've been praying hard. Said no more counting dollars, we'll be woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning with a bone dry bottle of Jack I was pouring. Damn, she got some nerve, way she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I deserve, 'cause I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Yeah. She said don't come home if you go to the bar. So I said okay baby, then got drunk out in the yard. 2 a.m. I knock up on the door, but she never unlocked it. Guess I don't live there no more. Yeah, she meant business this time. I can't believe my bloodshot eyes. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Dry bottle of Jack.
Alright, folks, welcome back to the third period here at Castle Downs. Rank A. Let's start the third period in this AEHL U16 AA playoff game. Sherwood Park up. Oh, just off the mark, but Sherwood Park up 2-1 to start the third period. Canadians came close to tying it right there with 4 on the far side. Senators pick up the puck in their own zone. Come up to center with it. Chambers comes to the far side. Frostad blocks that. Chambers tries to that in front. Frostad makes another block. Sweeps that to the far boards. Showmate throws that in front. Comes to the slide. Here's a chance. Oh, another block by Frostad. Having a great shift right here. Helping out his goaltender. Put up near side. West picks that off at center. West comes in with speed. Takes the right side. Tried to jam that in, short side, that was blocked in front, into the slide. Cora couldn't contain it, comes back to the line. Chambers is going to move that up the far boards into the Canadian zone. Eagle with it. So shots on goal were 13-4 in favor of the Canadians in the second period. Definitely out shooting their opponent. Yamniak with it, coming to the slot, that shot off the mark. Sherwood Park puts that in the near boards, knocked down by Enriquez Gomez, tries to throw that up, and Rush is going to knock him down. Enriquez Gomez is going to end up in the box on this one. And with 18:35 left in the third period, the Canadians take a tripping penalty, putting Sherwood Park on the power play. Another look at it here as Enriquez Gomez tries to hold it in at the line. Turns around, fired off a man. Right into the shins of La Rochelle. And the draw was in the neutral zone.
7, Santiago, Enriquez Gomez. 2 minutes of tripping. Time of the penalty, 18.
Sherwood Park breaking out of their own zone. Haynes put that to the far side. That is caught offside. We'll have a draw in the neutral zone. Chop to the far to Canadians dump the puck into the Sherwood Park zone. Hawks with it. Far side, Perron. Perron picks that up the near side. Perron couldn't keep that in. West tries to shovel that down the board. That's knocked down. Duff keeps that in. Oh, it comes off of Duff's leg and into the neutral zone. Hawks with the puck. 1:15 to go in the Senators' power play. Perron throws that to the far side. Chipped behind the net. Duff picks it up on the nearest side. Can get out of the zone. Duff with the shot over to Coots. Slow on to Black, and Black is going to contain that. With 17:37 left in the third period. Face off near side in the Canadian zone. Canadians win the battle. They put the puck down the ice. Tambasco Simon sets that up for his D-man Martin. Comes to the near side to Bossy. Bossy goes far side to Chambers. Chambers walks that into the zone. Ends up behind the Canadians net, picked up on the near side by Sherwood Park. Dropped off to Rochelle. Tried to throw that into the slot. That's knocked down. Picked up by Sherwood Park's Bridges, though. Skates it up the near side. Bridges pushed off the puck by Turcotte. Bridges gets back up, gets the puck, cycles to the far side. Ulrich puts him into the boards, and Richard's going to find the loose puck. Comes off the referee. Not a full dump. 10 seconds to go in the Senators' power play as Bossy steps across the line. Martin keeps that in. Bossy with it. Over to Martin. Canadians back to full strength. Back door. Black got a piece of that. And it ends up going out of play, they said. And a whistle goes with 16:29 to go in the third period. So the Canadians had a great start to the third period. A really close call on the far side. We're just missing it. And then an unfortunate penalty by Enriquez Gomez. Ate some time. Go off the draw. No, that handcuffed block. He's not going to like that one. As it just went low on him, and it's a 3-1 lead for Sherwood Park with 16:26 to go in the third period. Tough one for the Canadians goaltender. That bounces and ends up behind him. 3-1 for Sherwood Park, 16:26 to go in the third period. Sherwood Park with the puck, Hawks to McLean. Enriquez Gomez cuts that off at center, walks that into the zone. Stopped in the high slot. Sherwood Park taking that out the far side. Moved down by Oliver. He's going to cycle over to the near side. Keeps possession of the puck. Turned over. Yamniak with the puck. Stretches that. Looking for Enriquez Gomez. Enriquez Gomez kicks. There's a shot. And he scores. All right. Santiago Enriquez Gomez battles across center with it and gets it behind the Sherwood Park goaltender.
Well, how's that, Curtis? Pick it up out of your skates. Kick it up to your stick. As you do an eagle turn, gain separation, and then just fire it. Pick a corner, and your Canadians right back in and answer back within a minute, and we're back to a one-goal hockey game.
So Enriquez Gomez makes good on his penalty, comes back out the next shift and puts one into the back of the net.
Very true, Curtis.
Comes over the near side, Dollywall with the puck, dropped back to Richard. That is chipped out of the zone by Duff. Frostad got a piece of it, put back into the park zone. Chambers with it, right up the middle. That's cut off by Duffett. Duff takes a high hit onto Duffett. Sherwood Park in their own zone. Put to the far side.
Heads up.
Richard picks up the loose puck behind his own net.
Duffett looked to return the favor, Curtis.
Wanted to, yeah. They're going to call that offside. Chome steps up and takes a look at Dollywall. The officials will step in and separate them.
Well, shots on goal in the second period, 13-4 in favor of your Canadians, who I think probably had about 8 of those shots in the second half of the third period.
Yeah, they ramped it up.
Faceoff's going to come back down into the Canadian zone, Curtis. Was that blown down
on the offside? Canadians steal the puck back though. Here's Horror. Near side for West. Puts that up the middle. That's blocked by Martin. Turn over to Thorvaldson. Thorvaldson fired. That is just off the mark. Stays. Comes off the boards and out into the neutral zone, back all the way out to the Canadian zone. Eagle has to hustle back for it, gets it to Morris. Morris up to West. West picks it up. Left side for Eagle. Eagle coming in. West heading towards the net. That's blocked. Thorvaldson over to Hoare. Hoare shot blocked. Thorvaldson picks up the loose puck. Back to West at the point. In front. A good save there by Simon. Kicked over to the near boards. Sherwood Park picks it back up in their own zone. Bridges trying to go around Morris. Takes the far side. Thorvaldson lines up Bridges. Bridges just gives up the puck to Eagle. West moves that out. Martin picks up the puck in his own zone. Move over to McLean. McLean goes up the near side. That's cut off by Morris. Morris comes in, trying to come towards the net. He's chopped off the biscuit. Knocked down. Nope, comes to the far side. Heck will put that in deep. Canadians tag up. Head back on in the forecheck. Put over the near side. Oliver picks up the puck. Pass to Rochelle. Rochelle, far side. Low shot. Kicked over to the near corner. Centering pass right on to Black. Black's going to cover this one up. And gets the stop with 13:45 to go in the third period.
So Frostad on the backtrack trying to negate a 2-on-1, and the pass to the back door to La Rochelle. Just couldn't get a handle on it.
Puck's dropped in the Canadian zone. Duffett without, or behind the net, trying to stretch it to Burnett. Burnett chips that into the Sherwood Park zone, goes to Chase, number 9. Over to 15, now 12. Oliver's going to pick that up, coming up the right side into the Canadian zone. There's a shot wide of the mark. Rolling up the boards to the near side. Frostad looking for Schufelt. Oh, Frostad's going to carry it himself. Steps into the slot, hangs onto the puck, looking for the trailer. Fired into traffic in front, tipped by Burnett. Schufelt in front, lost in the feet. That puts it into the back of the net. Fearing Heck. Johnny on the spot finds the loose puck. And with the down and out, Tabasco Simon, he evens up the score with 13:12 to go in the third period.
Oh, the Heck line comes through. Heck of a shift, Curtis. Frostad gains the zone. He can't pivot to get to his forehand. He's got to stay on the backhand, but then curls and gets it on net.
Great transition to get up the ice. Frostad nice and patient with it, puts it down low, comes off the end boards, jammed out in front, gets past Schufelt, over to Heck, and Heck will put that into the back of the net.
Heck picks it up on the glove side of Tabasco Simon, able to go low blocker just inside the post, and your Canadians have tied things up.
Sherwood Park moves the puck out of their own zone. Held in by Ulrich from the far side, knocked down by Enriquez Gomez, down low for Zahara. Zahara hangs on, back to the point. Ulrich with a shot, oh, near side! Zahara couldn't put it into the back of the net, it just hopped off his stick, it was rolling on him. Zahara picks up the puck behind the net though, gets it back to the point to Turcotte. Turcotte puts it around the boards, down low for Enriquez Gomez. He battles against the far boards. Yamniak.
Oh, how's that not a hold in the corner on Turcotte? Oh,
and then spin and throws him into the ground.
How is that not a holding penalty, Curtis? Wow.
Yeah, had him by the shoulders. And then spun him to the ground. Sherwood Park eventually gets that puck out and it comes into the Canadian zone. Turcotte with it. Turcotte shovels that out to center, knocked down by number 3, who fires that to the open side. Over to Ulrich. Ulrich, pass knocked down by Duff. Perron tries to squeeze over to it. Chambers handles it, but Yamniak knocks it down. Yamniak with it, left side for Burnett. Hits his back skate. Zahara puts that in and goes for a change. Puck comes up to Perron. Knocks that into the Canadian zone. Off the skate of Eagle to the far corner. Turcotte there first. Eagle with it. Burnett wanting to stretch it. It's going to go to the far side and end up being icing with 11:39 to go in the third period.
Well, you can feel the energy go right back onto the Canadians' bench. You can see how tense the Sherwood Park Senators are on their bench. You can tell the difference, Curtis.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to survive it now. Canadians seem to be in control, but they have to take the face off of their own zone. Here's a chance for Sherwood Park. Low shot, Black with the save. There's Perrin sitting, trying to put it between the legs of the defender. Canadians put the puck down the ice. Icing called here with 11:30 to go in the third period.
Well, face off back in the Canadian zone to the left of Black.
Sherwood Park wins the draw, takes it to the far boards. Canadians keep it on the outside. Now it comes loose. Centering pass. Kick down the zone, and Dollywall tries to chase it up. Simon's gonna get a hold of that.
Oh, good job just to get to the front of the net, stop and force an offensive face-off. Now you can get fresh legs out on the ice as, of course, Thorvaldson, Hoare, and West come out here for the offensive face-off to the left of Tabasco Simon.
Puck's dropped in the Sherwood Park zone. Canadians have it. West fires that hit body in front. In front of the slide, and Hoare's shot also blocked. It's going to roll out to the neutral zone. Perrin with it. Throws that up the near side. Duff it there for the Canadians. Back up the boards. Comes to West. West's going to wheel it up the near side. Lost the handle of the puck. And put it over to the near boards. West. Hoare in front.
Oh,
and that is turned around. McLean is going to shovel that down the ice. Frost back for it. And he'll gingerly make his way back and stretch out that icing call, which occurs with 10:39 to go in the third.
Well, great job by Shea McLean of the Senators to corral that puck right in front of Tabasco Simon. Unfortunately, it's an icing, but hey, the puck was up for grabs right in front of the net.
Over on the near side, West chips that into the corner. Picked up by Chomé, tries to put it back the near side. Gets it to Duff. Duff will put that down the ice. And we'll have another icing call here with 10:27 to go in the third period.
Well, the Senators player holding his head. He dove to the ice. He's still holding his head. The official 10 feet away is not calling anything there. Chomé trying to sell it to get a power play, and the ref was shaking his head.
Do what you can. Even acting classes can help in a playoff game. Late change by Sherwood Park. They're going to deny it. Chomé wanted to head to the bench. Martin came on. Martin sent back. Centerman replaced. Duff's going to take it for Sherwood Park. Zahara for the Canadians. Zahara puts that in the corners. Picked up by Zahara at the point. Yamniak trying to chase it up. Sherwood Park's going to put that down the ice again. And one more icing call.
Well, one player I've been impressed with for the Sherwood Park Senators, number 12, Carter Oliver. A few times that he's been able to gain space in the neutral zone. His speed is deadly, and he's been able to drive the play for the Senators tonight.
Puck's dropped in the Sherwood Park zone. Canadians win it. Eagle puts that up the near boards, rolls around to the far side, skips past Lucas Gomez. Now comes out to the neutral zone. Morris knocks it down. Sherwood Park breaking out in their own zone. Oliver over to Duff. Duff flips that into the open corner. Morris back to play it. Morris over to Eagle. Eagle, that's into the skates. Sherwood Park with a low shot, cleared away. Yavadiak couldn't contain it. Comes out to the outside. Number 3 fires out in traffic. Black has the pad on that. Eagle with the loose puck. Makes a pass up the glass. Now the Canadians are going to take their turn with an icing call.
Oh, Oliver able to get the shot on net. La Rochelle tipped it en route to the cage, but Black able to kick it aside with the right pad. Turnover in the Canadian zone, and Sherwood Park just throws the puck on net looking for a bounce.
Puck's dropped in the Canadian zone. Sherwood Park keeps that in at the line. Canadians trying to battle it off the boards. Coots steps in. Comes loose for Thorvaldson up to West. West coming up the right side. Hangs on. Drives down low. West reverses back up the near boards. Down low for Hoare. Hoare leaves that down low. It's picked up by 3 for Sherwood Park. Knocked off by Hoare. Thorvaldson picks up the loose puck. Back check by number 3, takes it away, comes back to the point. Moore shovels that down. Number 3 now doing a great job. Comes up high for Coots. Coots gonna rush that into the Canadian zone. Pass over to the near side. Eagle
Good
knocks him
job
off
to take the
puck.
body.
Eagle flips that over to Morris. Morris looking for Thorvaldson at center. Knocked down by McLean. West, though, shovels that into the Sherwood Park zone. Put it on the near side. Eagle picks it up in the Canadian zone. Quickly over to Morris. Morris looking for West. West will put that deep in the Sherwood Park zone. McLean picks it up. Turn it over at center. Frostad with it. He dumps that back into the Senator zone. Thrown to the near side by Hawks. Battle for it on the boards. Sherwood Park breaking out with it. Here comes Bridges. Bridges into the zone. There's a shot. Good stick in the lane there by Duffett. That puck goes out of play, and we got to stop with 8 minutes to go in the third period.
Well, the Dallowall line jumps out here for another shift. Exactly 8 minutes remaining in the third period. The reason I was chuckling early, Curtis, is because both teams look to be offside at the blue line. The player lifting the wrong leg, but the linesman deciding that it was onside.
Canadians win the draw. They're going to bring it out their zone. Right on to goal, and Simon wanted to play it. Jammed free, and then he's going to cover it up.
Yeah, Tabasco Simon not wanting to get a whistle and force a defensive face-off, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a choice here.
Puck's dropped in the zone. Put back into the Canadian side. Frostad over to Duffett on the far side. Duffett up to Dollywall. He kicks that in. Picked up by Chome. Comes out to center. Duffett with it for the Canadians. Looking for Taylor. That's cut off by Bridges. Bridges coming in with speed. Has to go behind the net. Resets. Throws that into the slot. Comes off the side of Black. Oh, and it rolls off the back of Black and into the net. And the Kings with a 4-3 lead with 7:18 to go in the third.
Well, Bridges drives wide. And then fires the puck from a sharp angle, almost the goal line. And this Senators team will take the lead again here with just over 7 minutes remaining, Curtis. And you can see the momentum switch again.
Yeah, looked pretty benign. I mean, Sherwood Park was staying to the outside mostly. Caught the Canadians goaltender sleeping maybe a bit, not trying to cheat. Looking for that slot pass.
Well, Bridges looked to drive wide, and once he couldn't drive to the net, he just held on to the puck. Then at the very end, when he almost got to the goal line on the opposite side of the net, just curled and fired it at the net from a sharp angle.
Puck's dropped. Sherwood Park has that on the far side. They take it into the corner. Hanging on to it. There's a shot. That's blocked. Shot by Shiguro.
Well, again, Shiguro, same type of play, Curtis. Try to draw Black off the post and tries to go short side upstairs on Black, but that time out to cut down the angle and smother it up.
Puck's dropped in the Canadian zone. Low shot by Rochelle. Black steers that aside. Ulrich on the far boards. Shiguro keeps that in. Turcotte near side for West. West throws that out. That's by Shiguro. Shiguro pays with a big check by Turcotte. Ulrich far side for Hoare. Hoare trying to walk that in. He's caught from behind. Loose puck though, chipped into the corner. Hoare follows it up. Couldn't move it back to West. Shiguro's going to get that. Slide that down the ice. Morris has that in the Canadian zone. Right side for West. West gets a step in. Rochelle follows him up. Hoare with it. Fired on into traffic. Followed up. And moved up the ice by Chambers. Near side for Oliver. Oliver's offside, or Chambers is offside. And we got to stop here with 6:09 to go in the third.
Well, you'll take that whistle, not offside. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Sherwood Park is going to try to hold on to this 1-goal game.
Puck's dropped in the neutral zone. Sherwood Park wins it. Number 3 goes to the far side. Chipped into the far corner. Eagle puts on the outside. Yamniak tried to chip it out. Oliver knocked it down. Yamniak wins the battle row. Gets that into the neutral zone. Tries to drive it up the right side. He's caught from behind. Loose puck over to Enriquez Gomez. Off the boards to Yamniak. Yamniak takes that into the zone. Low shot. And a good save there by Simon.
Oh, Yamniak's line out there against Coots, Oliver, and Chambers line.
Sherwood Park wins the draw in their own zone. Puck comes out to center. Eagle gets it, dumps it to the far corner. McLean with it. Moving up the ice. Dump to the far side. Morris gets that in his own zone. Over to Eagle. Eagle looking for Schufelt. Chips that in and is on the wrong side of center. And we have an icing call with 5:14 to go in the third period.
I think the disturbance in the Sherwood Park end was because I think it was Heck's stick was flipped up out of his hands into the air. No penalty on the plate.
Purpose.
Accidentally on purpose, exactly.
Dollywell trying to rush up the right side. Flipped over to Taylor. Taylor, low shot looking for Dollywell. Dollywell was caught. Sherwood Park's going to clear the zone. Taking an icing call here with 4:59 to go in the third.
Well, you got Jackson Treasure for Sherwood Park, just holding his arm, went right to the bench, and I think we're going to see if the trainer is looking at him now, but
Duff knocked down. Frostad picks it up. Comes out again. Duff turns around, finds that center. He's going to rush it up the right side. Flip that over to Rochelle. Low shot. That's blocked. Bossy finds that on the near side. Bossy fires that through traffic. Far side. Black's going to find that off the rebound and cover it up.
a shot from the point by Bossy, tipped by Rochelle, and Rochelle able to get the rebound, but Black holds on for a stoppage. Just over 4.5 minutes remain in this hockey game.
Puck's dropped in the Canadian zone. Morris has it. Trying to move that down the ice. That's knocked down at center. Senators return the puck back into the Canadian zone. Morris with it again. Moves that up the boards to Yamniak. Yamniak looked for Sahara. That's cut off at the line by Shigeru. Eagle finds it. Moves it to Yamniak. Yamniak hangs on. Moves the pass over to Eagle. Eagle hanging on. Up to Zahara. Battle for it in the neutral zone. Zahara gets that in. Trying to chase that up. Eagle with it. That's knocked down by Coots. Chambers rushing in the far side. Taken away by Morris. Morris sets up in the far corner. Gets it to Eagle. Eagle looking for Yamniak. Yamniak rushing into the zone. Pass to the far side. Number 3 battles against him. Number 3 wins that battle. And that's chipped down the ice. This will be an icing call with 3:24 to go in the third period.
Well, 3:24 remaining in this game, Curtis. Hypothetically, or still lots of time, but this offensive face-off, and who else is out on the ice? Thorvaldson and West up front. Frostad on the back end.
Puck spilled to the far side, comes out to center. La Rochelle dumps that into the Canadian zone. Duffett over to Frostad. Frostad looking for Thorvaldson. He chips that in the neutral zone. Martin knocks it down, turns it back up the ice into the Canadian side. Frostad up to West. West makes a nice inside move, now comes back outside. Looking for support, flips that to the far corner. Hoare up the boards to Duffett. Goes in that far corner, McLean gets it. Sherwood Park moves it up the near side. Burn. Bridges. That's knocked down by Frostad. Bridges get a second chance though. Thorvaldson slides to the far side. Perrin breaks that into the zone. Duffy with it. Knocked down. Now it's put over to the near side. Frostad with it. Black out of his net. Canadians getting the extra attacker on. And a line change at the same time. Puck's put down the ice. Eagle has it with 2:15 to go in the third period as he works his way out of the zone. Over to Frostad. Far side for Richard. Richard
one more on
brings
the ice
that
here,
in.
Curtis.
Right in front. Oh, and it's tipped down low. Dollywall with it. Over to Richard. Nobody at the point. Richard can't move it there. He has to hit it up in the corner. Now comes up high for Eagle. Eagle dumps that down low. Dollywall picks it up behind the net. Races back to the near side. Tries to feed that in front. Comes out in front. Into the slot. Eagle with it. Fired through traffic. Upside high behind the net. Near side. Dollywall tries to bring it out. Put back to the line. Eagle with it. Fired on. In front. Comes back to Eagle again. Fired in front. Tipped. Put up the near boards. And comes out to center. 1:22 to go in the third period. Richard dumps that in the far side. McLean moves that back out to center. Icing called here with 1:13 to go in the third period, and the Canadians will get an offensive zone face-off with the extra man on the ice.
Well, that's an icing every day, all day, Curtis, and Sherwood Park fans not too happy, but some good zone pressure here, and of course, we will get a timeout called by your Canadians. Face-off will be back in the Sherwood Park Senator zone with just over a minute remaining in this hockey game. Your Canadians trailing the Sherwood Park Senators 4-3.
Yeah, Canadians seem to be getting their chances. Just had some bad bounces on their side of the net or ice. Sherwood Park got some puck luck.
And once the goalie was pulled, Canadians able to set up, but very aggressive on hunting down the puck. Sherwood Park, that is. Canadians firing it through traffic.
Canadians win the draw in the offensive zone. Eagle moves that down to Horat, skips off his stick, put down the ice. Icing called here with 1:04 to go in the third.
Oh, Sherwood Park will look to do that about 20 more times, Curtis. But the Canadians will reload here. The face-off to the right of Tabasco Simon.
Sherwood Park wins it. Oh, it just bounces past in front. Oh, and Tabasco makes the save and shows everybody that he did.
A set play by West to win the draw forward. Corey Zahara. Zahara wins the draw forward. And then Tabasco Simon catches the puck with a glove. On the
59
rebound.
seconds or 1 minute to go in the third period. That's going to make it down the ice. Icing once again. Clock stops with 54 seconds to go. Draw will be on the far side in the Sherwood Park zone. scrambled. Canadians have it clean. Hoare back to Thorvaldson. Hoare in front. And Tabasco Simon makes another stop. Will go for a skate.
Another face-off win by Zahara. Puck to the front of the net, but Tabasco Simon able to snag it with the leather, and like you said, Curtis, goes for a little bit of a jog.
Canadians with the puck again, fired right into center mass. Simon. We're gonna stop here with 43 seconds to go in the third period. Jammed into the corner. Martin with it. Comes loose for the Canadians. Dollywall. Back to Hoare, back to Dollywall. Near side for Enriquez Gomez.
Oh, he can't
Yeah.
jump on the puck.
In front. Oh, and nobody there in the slot for the Canadians. Puck's gonna end up down the ice and just wide. Icing called here with 17 seconds to go in the
I
third.
think that's the argument by Zahara, is how can you just dive on the puck, almost pounce like a cat. First, Martin tries to eat it in the corner.
Yep.
That doesn't work, and Canadians 17 seconds left here to tie things up as Sherwood Park forgot to put the fifth player on the ice.
Puck's dropped. Thrown into the near side. Zahar moves that down low. Fired in front. Open side, and it just goes wide. Sherwood Park's going to move that to the outside, to the line. Thorvaldson down low. 3 seconds to go. They got to get this in front of the net. Preston fires it, and Sherwood Park upsets the Canadians to take this one from Castle Downs.
Right down to the very end.
Right down to the very end.
I don't think you can doubt, Curtis, that Tabasco Simon would be your number one star, because he
Story of the game.
stood on his head here for the Sherwood Park Senators.
Absolutely. So Sherwood Park improves their record to 1-1. They get their first win of the playoffs. Canadians drop their first game. This will make Saturday night's game very important.
We'll see if you can't get the third period shots on goal for you here. Right down to the very end, the Canadians pulling the goalie with over 2 minutes remaining in the hockey game. Unable to get the tying goal and fall to 1-1 in playoff round robin.
So as the team shake hands here, we'll remind folks that we'll be back on the air Saturday at 5:30 from Confederation Arena.
So shots on goal for the third period, but for the Sherwood Park Senators, 7 for a 3-period total of 19, and for your CAC Canadians, 12 for a 3-period total of 34.
Well, yeah, goalie still on his head. Definitely star of the game for the Senators. Well, folks, working the camera on the end there was Mr. Greg Eagle. Right next to me is Nathan Smith. My name's Curtis Bykowski. Any last words, sir?
No, I think you bring that same type of intensity to the next game, Curtis. I mean, you get goalied in a way. I mean, you're right in a hockey game, and Sherwood Park just found a way to capitalize on opportunities, and like you said, some fortunate bounces. But Canadians, I like the game overall, and I think, like I said, first star goes to Tabasco Simon, who really stole it for the Senators here tonight.
Yes, sir, and with that, we'll head off the air, and we will see you guys 5:30 p.m. Saturday when the Canadians take on